Hey guys, Hiram back again for Silicon Crypto. Today I wanted to do a BitMEX video. I was thinking of doing a series on BitMEX over the next few weeks and teaching you guys different features of the system and strategies that you can use to not only speculate on the price of Bitcoin but also hedge your position in big pullbacks like we've seen over the last few weeks. But anyway, let's get into the video. As today is the first video, I just wanted to briefly overview the different features on BitMEX, and I'll just show you guys how to sign up. That's very important, and how we can deposit Bitcoin into BitMEX and actually start trading. So first of all, if you're looking at this platform straight away, it looks very confusing. There's a lot of things to look at. But first of all, let's just look at the layout. We have the order books here, so that's all the sell orders and the buy orders. You probably recognize that from Binance, very similar. We also have the chart, which you can resize. It starts off quite small, but you can make it bigger, and you can add any indicators that you want. For example, average true range, very helpful indicator. But yeah, customize this to your own liking. It's just a basic trading view. I'm not going to go into trading strategies. That could be for a different video. If we scroll down, there's a few other tabs. We have our positions, so our open and closed positions. We have nothing right now. We have our stops, our fills, order history. This is important, but I mainly look at this this box right here that shows you your open position, and I don't have any money in here right now. Let's see. I'll use a different account in a future video to show you guys actual trades, but today let's just overview everything. We also have our wallet. We have zero unrealized profit and loss, zero margin, zero everything. But this helps us to keep track of how much money we have in margin, how much money we have available to add to margin, and things like that. Then we have all the instruments, the mark price, which I'll explain a little bit later. It's based on the index price and also the funding basis rate, which sounds very complicated, but it's not. We have the last price, which is simply the last traded price on the contract, so in this case 11,478. We can see the bid and ask price, so we can see what the spread is. It's very tight, 0.5 cents, up 50 cents. Yeah, and there's some more information, but guys, it's not that important. What you want to be looking at mostly is, of course, the order book and also your open positions and maybe the recent trades. You could look at that as well, but I mainly look at just my open position and maybe my stops and active orders. Moving on, we can see that there's a bunch of assets you can trade on here. I myself stick to Bitcoin. The volume on the other assets is quite low, so it can be frustrating. That being said, if you're sure that Ethereum is going down, you can speculate on that and open a short position. But for the most part, I stick to Bitcoin. Next, I want to talk about the different contracts. We have the June 29 futures contract, the March 30th futures contract, and the perpetual swap. And they all offer 100 times leverage. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go 100 times. I'll talk about leverage in the next video, which is very important. But that's just the maximum. So right now we're on perpetual swap. Now what does that mean? If we click here on this question mark, it explains what it is. XBT-USD is a perpetual swap contract priced on the BXBT index. That's based on, I believe, GDAX price and also Bitstamp. Yep, Bitstamp and GDAX. Each contract is worth 1 USD of Bitcoin. Funding is paid and received every 8 hours. The next payout event is at 10 PM UTC. So in this case, we have a positive funding rate. So longs will pay shorts. Longs pay 0.1% and shorts receive 0.1% of their total position size. And I think that's based on the amount of contracts that you've bought. Now there is leverage involved in BitMEX, so some people will be paying a big amount. But we can use this in the strategies I'll cover in the coming weeks to actually take advantage and earn interest over the year. Yeah, depending on the market sentiment. So if Bitcoin is in a bull market, it's likely that longs will pay shorts. And if Bitcoin is in a bear market, it's likely that shorts will pay longs. So you have to time it correctly. You don't want to be, if you can see we're in a clear uptrend, you don't really want to be longing on the swap. It'd be better to be short. But we'll explain that later. And this is how you incorporate a strategy using both futures and swap contracts. Next, let's look at we can look at either one. They're basically the same. The March contract, as you can see, instead of a funding rate, we have a settlement date. So that's in 38 days on March 30th. That means every 8 hours you're not paying funding. So you can hold this position as long as you want, and you're not going to be paying anything. You won't be receiving anything until, of course, the contract expires on March 30th. And that is when, depending on whether if say you went long and the price is above your entry point, then you'll be paid positive interest. These futures contracts can be open and closed at any time. So let's say I open one today. As long as I close it before March 30th, it can stay open as long as I want it to, and I won't be paying any funding. So yeah, it is one way to avoid the funding rate. If you want to speculate on Bitcoin's price, it's the perfect contract. For those of you who are new, the perfect way to explain futures contracts simply is, what do you think the price will be on March 30th? Do you think it will be higher than 11,368, or do you think it will be lower? So if you think it will be higher, then you'll be buying the contract. If you think it will be lower, then you will sell or short and open a short position. And what you're trying to do is, on that date when it closes, you want it to be, let's say you shorted Bitcoin at this price and it goes down to $10,000. On that day, the contract will automatically close, so you don't close it manually, and you'll get paid the difference, the basis. Okay, so that's a basic overview of the platform and the different contract types. In the next video, I'm going to cover the different orders that we can place, limit, market, stop limit, and there's also a few different options that we have. I'm going to cover every single one. I'm going to show you how to execute that. I'll probably use the testnet, which is it's basically a platform where we can use fake Bitcoin to practice trading. And I think anyone serious about getting into BITMEX should probably use that first, because the mechanics of the platform are difficult. Before we go, if you're looking to deposit some Bitcoin into BITMEX and start trading, click on account and then click on deposit, and there's your address. You can also use the QR code. Finally, I want to show you guys how to set up your account. I have my own referral link which you're welcome to use. It will give you a 10% discount on fees. I will receive a small bonus for all the commission you pay. I believe I get 10% of your fees that you pay to BITMEX, which is a nice bonus for me. It's a nice bonus for you. It's free, so if you guys are happy to, you can just go down to the description. I have it under exchanges, BITMEX. You can click here, there's my link. I'll also leave the link in the comment, but it's completely up to you guys. If you do use it, I'd really appreciate that, and that would help me out as well. So thanks guys. Let's demonstrate this. So I'll log out of this account. You just click on the link and it will come up with this page here saying get started. It says, looks like you've found a referral code. You'll receive a 10% fee discount for the first 6 months. So if you don't use my code, guys, you will not get that discount. And yeah, it's free for both of us, so feel free to use that. You put in your email, password, country of residence. Now if you're an American citizen, if you live in America, I believe you cannot use BITMEX. Some people use VPNs. I do not recommend doing that as it is illegal. That being said, it's your own decision, and I don't have nothing to say on that. But if you don't live in the US, no problem, you can sign up. You just enter your name and then swipe the captcha, and I believe that's all you need to do. There's no KYC, there's no random photos of you with a passport and things you need to send. It's a very easy sign up process, and you can be trading in a few minutes. Next time we'll cover different types of orders, how to set a stop loss, margin, and leverage. Different types of leverage, cross and isolated. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will cover most of them during this series, but if I miss anything, let me know. I hope that you enjoy your time on BITMEX. It is very different to say Binance or Bittrex as we're using leverage. I wouldn't recommend starting trading until you have read all of the references and all of the basically resources on the website. Everything is explained in detail. I just feel it is easier to understand in a video format, and that is why I'm doing this series. Anyway guys, I'm excited for the next few videos to teach you guys more about BITMEX. Any other questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you.